Recording in progress.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon, everybody.
everyone. My
My
name is
name is
Amy
Amy
Gao,
Gao,
and
and
I'm the
I'm the
president
president
of
of
Green
Green
Apple
Apple
Education
Education
Foundation,
Foundation,
which is
which
the
is the
organization
organization
behind
behind
the
the
Ramon
Ramon
Hackathon
Hackathon 2026.
2026. Today,
Today,
I'm
I'm
excited
excited
to
to
introduce
introduce
Ramon
Ramon
Hackathon,
Hackathon,
a
a
student-led
student-led
technology
technology
event
event
centered
centered
around the
around the
theme
theme
AI
AI
for a
for a
better
better
future.
future.
Our
Our
goal
goal
is to
is to
bring
bring
together
together
middle
middle
and
and
high
high
school
school
students
students
who are
who are
passionate
passionate
about
about.
technology, creativity, and innovation and give them a space to turn ideas into real projects. This year is especially meaningful because 2026 is our ninth year, and that makes Seven Month Hackathon one of the longest running student-led hackathons in California. In a world where many students events only happen once or twice, reaching 9 years shows the strength of our community and the passion students have for innovation. Over the years, hundreds of students has participated in the hackathon, building projects across AI, software, education, and creative technology. Last year, we had about 30 teams competing. Winning projects include Visio and Cerebria. Every year, we continue to see students becoming more creative, collaborative, and ambitious. And one thing that makes the event unique is that it is truly student-led, organized by students for students. This year, we are also introducing a brand new generative AI track. When many people think about AI, they only think about coding assistants or chatbots. But generative AI is changing creativity itself. Students can now use AI to create artwork, compose music, generate films, and even write stories and articles. And that is why this track is so exciting. It this hackathon is no longer for only programmers. It's also for artists, musicians, designers, storytellers, and creators. We want students to explore how technology and creativity can work together to shape the future. Most importantly, students do not need to be experts to participate. All they need is curiosity, creativity, and a willingness to learn. And here is the simple registration process of you could go to the link to be able to you can go to the link which is a website link and you will have to fill out the registration form. For on the registration form, generative AI track projects will need to submit their project on the form, and the technology track projects can submit them to Gmail later. And we have, of course, since this is a new track, we have info and training sessions, including today's. And these are our awards, and of course, including our new generative AI track. So, so whether you're interested in AI, coding, design, filmmaking, music, or simply trying something new, we invite you to join us at Seven Moon Hackathon 2026. We love to see even more students becoming part of this growing community for innovators. Thank you so much for listening, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. If there's no questions, I will give the speaker to our speaker today, which is Alan Gao. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy, for the introduction. And if we have any question regarding to Thermal Hackathon or to the presentation today, you can feel free to drop your questions or discussion into the chat. But today, let me share my side, and we will kick off. Well, first of all, today, the topic is the image. The reason that we bring this up is that many students, when they attend the hackathon, to some part, they will need a report. And when we're talking about the report, inevitably we will need some image. And one of the most important thing is by using the image, you make your presentation vivid, impressive, and eye-catching. And for some students, when they need to build some system, build some software apps, there's also a need to show the audience or the judges about your system components, diagrams, or even the process or workflow. So today we will focus on the image and workflow. And the key is how can we use the available AI tools to generate the image and workflow without any wait, let's kick in. So this is the one. Thank Amy for the introduction about this AI hackathon in Sermon. This is ninth year held in 2026. And for today, when we're talking about the image for your project, of course, we have been using different ways without AI. We are using the traditional way. Say, for example, we can do a screen recording or screenshot by press the PRTSC key on your keyboard or on your laptop, then you will trigger something like this. So basically, let's do it again. So when you have something, you can make a part and make selection, and that will capture in an image. So that is a very, very basic one. Of course, we mentioned 2 weeks ago that you can do the video recording from your screen, from your app, or from your web browser, which is a new feature. And of course, very, very common that we can use the phone or the camera on your phone to snap or take a picture. And many of the time, or most of the time, you need more editing. You take a picture with your camera or with something, you might need to either, say, for example, you need to crop the size to make it smaller or only pick the area that you need. You may need to increase the exposure to make the image brighter or to increase the contrast. There are many of different aspects or features that you need to come up. Those are the phone editing come along with your phone. And of course, if we have an image, if we need to add something or make a change, then of course there are many different image editing tools available, including Microsoft Paint that come with any Windows system. Or a student, especially middle and high school student, you probably have been using Canva or some sort of, and some parents may be very, very familiar with Photoshop. In the past, we called Photoshop or PS for abbreviation. This is a very powerful tool for the AI editing, for the image editing. But so far, those are what we call the existing solutions without touching AI. Now, in the AI world, let's see what we can do. And today we're talking about how the AI can see and even create images. Before we start, let's take some of the high level. What is the AI image generation? Well, technically, the image generation, they're using a diffusion models and large language model to transform from your text or your prompt into an image. Of course, you know that say people can also provide an image and provide additional prompt. Then you can make the change on the existing images. Again, it's also an image creation. Say, for example, I provide an image, which is a real person. Now, turn my real person into a cartoon style. Or just somehow change my setting from my office room into a space station style setting. Those are all part of AI image generation. So in the two larger, broader category, text to image is simply from pure text without any given image. but generate a brand new image. And second one, you can provide one image, two images, or multiple things, and then ask the image to say, based on what we have given you, make these following changes. Either, as I said, change the styling, change the style, change it into a painting style, or remove something, add something, highlight something. Well, regardless, it's called image to image creation. Now, we're talking about instruction. When we ask AI to do something for us, regardless text to image or text plus image to generate a new image, the prompt is the key. You can use a simple paragraph of words, tell them what to do, but now the art is the prompt. There are three key things you need to tell AI so that the AI can generate and deliver you a satisfying image. There's the top three are subject, basically explain what or who in the image, whether it's one person, a few person, high school student, young professor, a professional, or old professors. You tell them, or say it's just a puppy, it's a dog, it's goldfish, it's a whale. Regardless, you need to tell them specifically who is the key of subject in this image. Second, environment. This environment, including the setting, whether it is in the library, in the school, gym, or in a rainforest, or in the ancient ruin, or in Jurassic Park, in the ocean. You tell them. AI can use that word to create some of the settings and the background for you. Of course, if not only one word can describe, then use more sophisticated things and tell AI to do exactly what you really want. And the last one, but not the least, is the style. Whether you want to have photography or like a oil painting style or a 3D style with shade, or what about the overall mood? Whether it's a happy, it's a heavy, it's a sorrow, or it's a tragic. And what about the light? Does the light come from behind, from one corner, or you're standing in front of the moonlight? All those things make a huge impact on the quality of AI generated image or video. So that is very important. So subject, environment, style. Now let's do a hand-on. I am going to copy this paragraph and paste it in the chat. Then each one of you can start to put this one into your Gemini and to see what will be generated on your side. Hold on, let me open the chat. Now, again, it's a medium shot photography. Again, though you start to see some of the term. I would recommend you to paste this one into your Gemini.google.com. While it's generating, let's break down to see what are in the prompt. Of a young female botanist with a warm hands, wearing a canvas vest and round spectacles, gently inspecting, closely looking at a glowing, bioluminescent jungle orchid. She is surrounded by the dense, misty rainforest of dust. See, those are the settings. And in the beginning, the young botanist is the subject, is a who, and this is where. And of course, we want to add more with ancient moss-covered ruins visible in the soft focus background. This is the setting. And now where's the last one? Remember, we are doing the mood and the style and the media. The lighting is diffuse and moody, capturing subtle dust particles render in cinematic film style with high details. Again, those are the instruction we tell AI. AI is a powerful tools, but the drawback is the tool, even though it's super powerful, the AI does not know what to show you. You need to tell them. You need to drive the AI to do. Nitro film green and shallow depths of the field. And again, one thing I want to tell, every time you input this one, or even if we input the same thing to the model, it could generate different things. Nearly every time there are difference here and there. And this is what I got. It may be very different from your, but again, this is subject and this is also subject. So the young botanist and the magic or bioluminescent orchid. And the setting is the rainforest, the moss-covered ruins. And the style, remember, is a medium shot and with a high cinematic film style, nitro film green, and shallow depths of the field. Those are the style. So overall, this is what I generate. If I keep this one run one more time in a different model, it will give me something different. But overall, the quality should be good. Um, I'll pause here and see whether anyone has tried and if anyone have tried and get something from your side, you can start. And you can sharing. And without any delay, we can continue moving, and if we need, we can come back. So far, we have been discussed about the images. You can do ChatGPT, you can use Cloud, Anthropic, and you can use QWin, DeepSeek. There are so many different things. But one thing I want to call out is when we do ChatGPT, for example, if I start a brand new chat, now this interface also change. In the beginning, if you want to really change or create an image, I would rather recommend you to click here. And this will give you the real good track and tell the AI, tell ChatGPT, I'm here not to get a text answer. Instead, I'm getting an image from you. So ChatGPT can properly set it up and ready for you. And likewise, if we do Gemini, and let's see what the Gemini will generate us. A medium shot photography? Yes, let's see. Gemini may automatically create this one by calling their nano banana. And I am using $9, like a $10 a month plan. I believe each day I can generate 3 image. But let's compare to see what is generated. Oh, see, this is the one. And the other one is what I got from ChatGPT. As I mentioned, every time when you share this one to different model, they will give you similar quality, but they will be different. You see a different scene, smile, with smile, without smile. And for the arcade, they're different. And notice they're also different in their hand. But again, we're talking about the quality that you can get this image, but AI, they will not, very likely, they're not likely to generate the same return for you if you input it twice in the same model. And for 2 different models, absolutely they will generate 2 different. They might look similar, but they will be different. Now, come back to the slides. After the image, we are now talking about another part, which is very important and a key to hackathon report. Most of the time that when a team that say we build something and we want to explain how the system is consisted. Whether we have 5 components, 6 components, whether we have hardware, we have software, how do they interact? More likely that you will need something called a system diagram. And if you have a 10 page and you have 1 page with the system diagram or with your process workflow, likely that the page is probably the most important because the judge and the readers, they will stare on that page and start to look at what are the system, how does the system connect to each other, and how a user starting from the first step to the next second step, the third step, and eventually what if there's some event and what will be triggered for next step. So this is critical. I do recommend all contestants for a Ramon Hackathon or in future AI competition spend more time on your core image. This is really the key. Now, of course, there are so many different tools. Today, let's just inspect two key tools. One again is the Gemini. Gemini, because when you search, it has the banana or nano banana connected, so it can easily generate an image, actually a very rich, very detailed image. So I would say Gemini is better to generate a system diagram with different images. But if you are literally looking for a art of workflow, then the key is to choose the right tool, which is a Lucy chart. Let's see with the same prompt what we'll get and how different they are from two different tools. Again, this is the prompt. Let me copy and paste in the chat. Make sure that you can all access the chat. I want to draw a system workflow chart to show the following process of an in-home fall detection smart device. First, this is the desktop device, just monitoring mostly the elder or senior people if in case of unfortunate, if the elder people, they fall on the floor, if they can get up, okay. But if they cannot get up and more than 10 seconds, then we do want sound alarm to call the attention for the family member who are living in the same house. If there's no one in the same house, then we want to say whether we can phone the emergency contact person, let them know that this person had fall on the ground for a long time and could not get up by himself or herself. So basically a few steps or a component. The desktop device had a camera. I even gave the style of the camera is called IMX 477. For people who are using Raspberry Pi and Jetson Nano, you must be very familiar with this type of camera. It's a very, very common. And to capture the image of the living room with the motion detection, and when the image is streamed into Jetson Nano or Raspberry Pi, basically a hardware device with the processing power, or an edge AI device, then the image will be processed with different processing tools, including you only look once or YOLO. They have many different models. Suppose here I use YOLO 11 and detect if a person falls. And if the person falls and not stand up after 10 seconds or longer, then that will trigger the speaker to sound alarm and start to call the emergency contact. Now, the same prompt, but if we feed into Gemini, Gemini got the idea, so okay, I understand what you want. Then Gemini will generate this workflow. You can see very with a lot of detail. Step 1, 2, 3, 4, and also trigger some of the details or the descriptions and have a sound alarm or call emergency. From from my point, this is good if you want the overall and the picked with the process and a lot of image detail. But in some scenario, if a student say, hey, I don't want this really picture style. Instead, my project for that particular thing, I want to have a very clear, low noise style workflow chart. In that case, if you go to Lucidchart, again, they have a Lucid AI. You put into this diagram a request, say, same prompt. I want to draw a system flow chart, da 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 da. Here you see, instead of giving any icons or photos, Lucidchart give you this flow, and they even give you where to start, what the next step is. And here they make a judgment if this person is a fall or not. If it is a fall, then do this. If not, then do that. As you can see here, we are using rectangle, we are using a diamond, which is very important. For the workflow side, we use different shape. We even use a capsulate in the beginning and end to tell that those are the terminal status, begin or end. And those are the key states that, and this is a condition to check whether it's yes or no. Again, here today we have very limited time, so we cannot get into much of the detail. But overall, we want to tell you that see, with the AI, we can generate the tools for your need. Of course, in order to perfect it, you need to spend more time to reading the specific tutorial video or watch the video so that you can do um, you can run into detail. Say, for example, for workflow, you can make it beautiful. Even for here, you can still drag, drop, you can change the size, change the font, add icon, or add a title. This one give you more control, allow you to do further editing. But for Gemini, for this one, it is hard. It's very hard for you to drag and drop or to move or add anything. It is doable, but it's not that easy as Lucidchart. So let's do a quick recap what we have been doing. And today we reviewed the traditional way to get the picture, either from your screenshot on your laptop screen or using your phone. And once you have those images, you can use the phone editing tools that will crop to change the exposure, brightness, contrast, such a thing, or use other software to make a further change. But so far, it is the traditional way of image capturing and image editing. And talking about the AI part, we basically reviewed the the algorithm behind it. There are two types of image generation, from text to image or text plus image, then generate a new image. Those are the two parts. And for the prompt engineering is you have to come up with a good prompt in order for AI to understand your intent and create the image that really fit your need. The more detail and the more better your prompt is, the better quality the AI will generate the image for you. So basically subject, environment, style. And we have been giving you a prompt example and we show you what the result. And I also show you this is generated from ChatGPT. And likewise, we have the same prompt but feed into a different AI model. It will generate another high quality, but of course, different images. And for the flowchart, basically we covered two, slightly covered. Gemini is good to generate the system diagram, which tend to have icons, the name of the steps. But if you really want to have a very careful and accurate control of your flow, and you want the AI to generate something, then you will need to edit, drag, move, change. Then you probably need to come to this Lucid. Again, Lucid give you more flexibility and control, but do need more work as well. So, so far, that's I will make a pause here and to see whether there's any question to today's slides or to Ramon Hackathon. Lucid noticed that I am using, oh, thank you, Wendy, for your question, which is very good. I am trying my best to use free version. See, I just signed up with my email today. This is a free trial. I have not opened anything for the paid feature yet. And for all contestants and all students prepare for hackathon or for your AI competition, I strongly recommend you to start exploring the tools. Start with the free trial and to see whether that fit your need. If that is good, then just stay with free. Because here the thing, I do not want you to sign up with something very expensive, especially some of the subscription. If you need that for a month, just to put a thing in your calendar to say, oh, after my hackathon, if I no longer need this one, please remind myself to cancel it, because otherwise you might be charged your fee every month even without using it. So yes, so far this Lucid, what I have been showing here, this is free. Say for example, if I want to move it here, there, or we want to change some of the color, change the font, or even do a different size, you can. You can do that, and it will make even some other turns. Uh, as I said, Lucy chart give you more control, but of course, also require more expertise for you to make it perfect to fit your need. Any other question before I turn the floor back to Amy? Okay, no question. Amy, I'm gonna stop sharing on my screen and I will give the floor back to you.
So great. So thank you for everybody that came, and wish that you guys learned something through this session, and wish that you guys learn something and can be used on a project, and wish that you guys could learn more about Ramon Hackathon. And if there's any questions, feel free to reach out to the Ramon Hackathon team or go to the website to contact us.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.